November 2025. Luigi Mangione sits in federal prison in Brooklyn. Accused assassin, 27 years old, facing execution. His fate will be decided on December 1st, 2025. Pretrial hearings begin. Manhattan Criminal Court. Evidence battles. Constitutional fights. Life or death. Attorney General Pam Bondi wants him executed. She made that crystal clear in April 2025. If there was ever a death case, this is one. President Trump agrees. He told Fox News in September 2025 that Luigi shot someone in the back and looked like a pure assassin. But Luigi's defense team is fighting back. On November 25, 2025, they filed an emergency motion arguing the search of Luigi's backpack was illegal. No warrant. No Miranda rights. Fourth Amendment violation. They want everything suppressed. The gun, the manifesto, the statements, all of it thrown out. On December 1st, 2025, Judge Gregory Caro will decide. Multiple hearings scheduled. Could last days. What evidence gets in. What gets excluded. What the jury will see. Luigi's entire life depends on these decisions. Luigi already won one major victory. September 16, 2025. Judge Caro dismissed the terrorism charges. First-degree murder in furtherance of terrorism. Gone. Second-degree murder as an act of terrorism. Dismissed. The evidence was insufficient, but Luigi still faces death. The federal case charges him with murder through use of a firearm, stalking, and weapons offenses. Death penalty eligible. The state case charges him with second-degree murder and 8 weapons counts. 25 years to life if convicted. Both cases are moving forward simultaneously. His lawyers call it an unprecedented dual prosecution. The trial is expected to begin in 2026. Could take years. Appeals, motions, constitutional battles. But the damage is already done. This case has already changed America. It sparked a revolution against the healthcare system, against corporate greed, against everything people thought they understood about justice. Before we go deeper into this case, like, share, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because what happened 1 year ago started all of this. Started the debate. Started the movement. Started the chaos that's unfolding in courtrooms right now. December 4th, 2024. 6:44 in the morning. Midtown Manhattan. 6th Avenue and 54th Street. The Hilton Midtown Hotel towering above the sidewalk. Cold Wednesday morning. The city was waking up. People heading to work. Cars passing. Pedestrians walking. Just another normal December day in New York City. Or so everyone thought. Brian Thompson was walking to work that morning. He was 50 years old. CEO of UnitedHealthcare, the largest health insurance company in America. Father of 2 sons. Minnesota resident. He was in New York for an important reason. UnitedHealthcare was hosting their annual investor conference inside the Hilton. Big event. Scheduled to start at 8 a.m. Executives, investors, media, everyone gathering for major announcements. Thompson was staying at a hotel directly across the street from the Hilton. Short walk, maybe 100 yards. He didn't have security. No bodyguards. No protection. Just a businessman walking to a meeting. Professional. Confident. Completely unsuspecting. He had no idea that death was waiting for him. Surveillance cameras were watching everything. Multiple angles. Crystal clear footage. What they captured would shock the entire world. A masked gunman was standing behind a parked car. Dressed completely in black. Hood pulled up. Face covered. Backpack on his shoulders. Just standing there. Waiting. Patient. Watching the hotel entrance across the street. Not moving. Not drawing any attention. Just waiting for one specific person. Waiting for Brian Thompson. It was 6:43 a.m. when Thompson appeared. He was walking from his hotel, crossing the street, heading toward the Hilton entrance, wearing a dark suit, carrying a briefcase, professional, prepared. Other pedestrians were around. Morning commuters, early risers. Thompson walked past the gunman's position, getting closer to the entrance. The gunman saw him, recognized him. This was the target. This was the moment. Everything had been planned. Everything had been prepared. Now it was time to execute. Thompson got closer to the entrance. He was walking on the sidewalk. Other people around him. The gunman stepped out from behind the car, moved silently, deliberately, approached Thompson from behind. A weapon was drawn, a silenced pistol, raised, aimed directly at Thompson's back. Point-blank range. Bang. The first shot. Muffled but audible. Thompson was hit in the back. He stumbled forward, confused, pain exploding through his body. Shock. What's happening? He tried turning around, tried seeing his attacker. He fell forward. The gunman walked closer, didn't stop, didn't hesitate, aimed the weapon again, fired. The gun jammed. The slide stuck. A malfunction. Most shooters would panic at this moment, would run, would abort the mission. Not this one. He cleared the jam, smoothly, professionally, like someone who had been trained, like someone who had practiced this exact scenario. The gun was working again. He aimed. Thompson was crawling on the ground, trying to escape, bleeding, desperate. Bang. Shot him in the leg. Bang. Shot him in the back again, making absolutely sure, ensuring death. No chance of survival. Thompson collapsed completely. Sidewalk. Blood spreading beneath him, pooling on the concrete. Dying. The gunman turned around, walked away, calmly. No running, no panic. Just walking. Professional. Controlled. Through an alley. Past buildings. Gone. Vanished into the city. Witnesses were screaming, calling 911, running to Thompson. But it was too late. Too much blood. Too many wounds. Police arrived within 3 minutes. They found Thompson unconscious and unresponsive. Massive trauma. Paramedics rushed him to Mount Sinai West Hospital just blocks away. Doctors worked desperately to save him. They couldn't. 7:12 a.m., just 28 minutes after the shooting, Brian Thompson was pronounced dead. The CEO of America's largest health insurance company had been murdered. Targeted assassination. Professional execution. Middle of Manhattan. The nation was shocked. Brian Thompson wasn't always a CEO. Wasn't always powerful. Wasn't always wealthy. He came from humble beginnings. Small-town Iowa. Farm country. The kind of place where everyone knows everyone. Where hard work matters more than connections. He was born July 10, 1974. Jewel, Iowa. Tiny town. Population barely over 1,000. Hamilton County. Rural America. His parents were Pat and Dennis Thompson. Working-class family. His father worked at grain elevators. Honest work. Blue-collar work. The kind of work that builds character. Brian grew up with one brother. Normal childhood. Small-town life. But Brian was different. Special. Smart. Driven. Ambitious. He wanted more than Jewel could offer. He wanted to make something of himself. South Hamilton High School. Class of 1993. Brian wasn't just good. He was exceptional. Star athlete. Multiple sports. Homecoming king. Class president. Valedictorian. The perfect student. The kid who had everything. Talent. Intelligence. Leadership. Future. His classmates described him as outstanding. Teachers praised him. Everyone knew Brian Thompson was destined for success. For greatness. For something bigger than Jewel, Iowa. He went to college. Worked hard. Studied business. Graduated. Started climbing the corporate ladder. Slow at first. Entry-level positions. Learning the industry. Building experience. Building reputation. Building career. 2004 was the turning point. UnitedHealthcare hired him. Director of Corporate Development. Not glamorous. Not powerful yet. But it was the beginning. The start of a 20-year journey. The path to becoming CEO. Brian climbed steadily. Promotions. Raises. More responsibility. More power. Vice president. Chief Financial Officer, CEO of Divisions, Medicare and Retirement Division, Government Programs, each position preparing him for the next level. The big moment. Brian Thompson named CEO of UnitedHealthcare. The entire company, not just a division, everything, 140,000 employees, reporting to him, depending on him, following his leadership. His salary reflected the position. 2023 compensation, over $10 million. Base salary around $1 million, but stock awards, bonuses, other compensation, total package over $10 million annually. Wealthy, powerful, successful. UnitedHealthcare wasn't just any company. It was massive. The insurance division of UnitedHealth Group, the largest private health insurer in America, ranked 4th on Fortune 500, 440,000 employees worldwide, billions in revenue, dominating the industry. Brian Thompson was at the top, leading this empire, making decisions affecting millions of Americans, their healthcare, their coverage, their lives. But there were problems, serious problems, controversial problems, problems that made people angry, made them desperate, made them hate the company Brian led. UnitedHealthcare's claim denial rate was shocking, 32%, nearly 1 in 3 claims denied. Industry average, 16%. UnitedHealthcare denied claims at double the industry rate. Double. Patients needing care, doctors recommending treatment, insurance denying coverage, saying no, refusing to pay, leaving people with impossible choices, pay out of pocket, go into debt, or go without care. Prior authorization became nightmare. Patients needing approval before treatment, waiting, hoping, praying insurance says yes. Often they said no. More often under Brian Thompson's leadership than ever before. October 2024, United States Senate report. Homeland Security Permanent Subcommittee on Investigations. Damning findings. Medicare Advantage denials surging. UnitedHealthcare leading the increase. Denying care to elderly, to vulnerable, to people who paid premiums for years. ProPublica investigated. Journalists digging deep, finding patterns, algorithmic denials, AI systems rejecting claims, faster than humans, more efficient, less compassionate, just algorithms saying no, over and over. The Department of Justice noticed, started investigating, antitrust probe, looking into UnitedHealthcare's practices, potential violations, market manipulation, anti-competitive behavior, serious federal investigation. May 2024, lawsuit filed against Brian Thompson personally, along with other executives. Allegations of fraud, insider trading. They knew about the DOJ investigation, didn't disclose it publicly, sold stock options before the probe became public. Potentially illegal. Brian Thompson's wife Paulette later revealed something chilling. Her husband had been receiving threats, multiple threats, about coverage denials, about lack of coverage, people angry, desperate, threatening violence. She told NBC News after his death. There had been some threats, basically about lack of coverage. I don't know details. I just know he said there were some people threatening him. Brian didn't have security, didn't think he needed it, or maybe the company didn't provide it. Either way, he walked the streets of Manhattan unprotected. Vulnerable. Target. UnitedHealth Group knew about threats. Sources confirmed they were aware of concerning threats against high-level executives. The threats didn't mention Brian Thompson by name specifically, but they knew executives were at risk. They knew danger existed. Brian was separated from his wife Paulette at the time of his death. Still married legally, but living separately. She was in Minnesota. He was traveling, working, leading the company, living the CEO life. He had 2 sons, teenagers. They needed their father, loved their father, lost their father on a Manhattan sidewalk. December 4th, 2024. Because someone decided Brian Thompson represented everything wrong with American healthcare. Fortune magazine later called the investigations and denials a stain on Thompson's time of leadership, his legacy forever marked, not by success, not by growth, but by denials, by suffering, by the people his company refused to help. The Senate investigation, the ProPublica reports, the DOJ probe, the lawsuit, the threats, all of it pointed to one truth. UnitedHealthcare under Brian Thompson's leadership had become the face of everything Americans hated about health insurance. Deny, delay, defend. Those three words described the insurance industry's strategy. Deny claims, delay payments, defend against lawsuits, maximize profits, minimize payouts, put shareholders above patients. And Brian Thompson led the biggest company doing exactly that. Whether he personally made every decision or not didn't matter. He was CEO. He was responsible. He was the face, the symbol, the target. December 4th, 2024. Brian Thompson walked to that investor conference to announce more growth, more profits, more success for shareholders, for executives, not for patients struggling with denied claims, not for families going bankrupt from medical debt, for the people already wealthy, already comfortable, already winning. And someone decided that had to stop, decided Brian Thompson had to die, decided an execution on a Manhattan sidewalk would send a message, would spark change, would start a revolution. Brian Thompson, small-town Iowa farm kid, worked his way to the top, became CEO of America's largest health insurer, made millions, led thousands, and died on a cold December morning, shot in the back, executed, assassinated, because of the company he led, the decisions made under his leadership, the people left suffering. Before we continue, like, share, subscribe, and turn on notifications. December 4th, 2024, 7:12 a.m. Brian Thompson pronounced dead. Mount Sinai West Hospital, Manhattan. CEO murdered. Targeted assassination. America shocked. NYPD mobilized immediately. FBI called in. Massive manhunt beginning. Entire city on alert. Crime scene investigators swarmed 6th Avenue. Yellow tape everywhere. Detectives photographing. Collecting evidence. Shell casings found. 3 of them. Brass. Ejected from weapon. Lying on sidewalk near Thompson's body. Something was written on them. Words. Etched into metal. Investigators looked closer. Read them. Delay. Deny. Depose. 3 words. Clear message. Deliberate. About insurance industry. About denying claims. About the system Brian Thompson represented. The words weren't random. They referenced a book. Delay, deny, defend. Why insurance companies don't pay claims and what you can do about it. Published 2010. Criticism of insurance industry tactics. How companies avoid paying legitimate claims. The killer was sending message. Making statement. This wasn't just murder. This was political, ideological, revolutionary. Surveillance footage was reviewed immediately. Multiple cameras. Different angles. Timeline established. Story emerging from digital evidence. November 24th, 2024. 10 days before murder. Port Authority Bus Terminal. 10:11 p.m. Greyhound bus arriving from Atlanta. Passenger got off. Male. Hooded. Backpack. Surveillance captured him walking through terminal. He took taxi. Surveillance followed. Rode to area near Hilton Midtown. Spent 30 minutes walking around. Studying location. Learning layout. Planning. Then took another cab. Upper West Side. 891 Amsterdam Avenue. HI New York City Hostel. He checked in. Used fake identification. Lowered mask to speak with clerk. Only time his face visible. Only time. Clerk saw him. Cameras saw him. Clear image. Young man. Handsome. Smiling. The killer had face now. After checking in, he avoided conversation. Hid face. Kept mask up. Stayed isolated. Other guests didn't see him much. Just stayed in hostel. Waiting. Planning. Preparing for December 4th. December 4th, 2024. Morning of murder. 5 a.m. Surveillance spotted suspect. Frederick Douglass houses. NYCHA housing complex. Upper West Side. About 2 miles from Hilton. Carrying something. Battery. Electric bike battery. Investigators believed e-bike prepositioned. Ready for escape. 5:30 a.m. Suspect left hostel. Possibly on e-bike. Rode downtown. Toward Midtown. Toward Hilton. Toward Brian Thompson. 5:41 a.m. Suspect arrived near Hilton. Started walking around. Pacing. Waiting. Surveillance showed him going back and forth. On 54th Street. Near hotel entrance. Watching. Patient. Focused. 6:15 a.m. Suspect entered Starbucks. 1290 6th Avenue. Near Hilton. Bought water bottle. Energy bars. Paid cash. No credit card. No trace. Cameras captured him. Mask on. But partial face visible. Another clear image. Building evidence. 6:30 a.m. Surveillance showed suspect talking on cell phone. Near hotel. Making final preparations maybe. Confirming timing. Getting ready for assassination. 6:44 a.m. The murder. Brian Thompson shot. Killed. Suspect fled. Through alley. Between buildings. Surveillance lost him briefly, then picked him up again. The suspect got on e-bike. Surveillance showed him riding north. Toward Central Park. Entered park. Cameras lost him. No surveillance inside park at that location. He disappeared completely, but investigators knew something important. Witnesses saw him before entering park wearing backpack. When he emerged from park, backpack was gone. He dumped it somewhere in Central Park. Evidence. Weapon maybe. Hidden. Police flooded Central Park. Officers everywhere. K9 units. Search teams. Helicopters overhead. Looking for backpack. Looking for weapon. Looking for anything connecting suspect to murder. December 5th, 2024. More evidence found. Water bottle near crime scene. Candy wrapper. Phone. Dropped by killer. Testing began immediately. DNA swabs. Fingerprint analysis. Forensics working desperately. Trying to identify him. December 6th, 2024. Friday morning. 2 days after murder. Major discovery. Central Park. Backpack found. Police opened it carefully. Hoping for weapon. Gun. Silencer. Evidence. Inside was jacket. Dark jacket. Similar to what suspect wore. And money. Monopoly money. Fake bills. Game money. Symbol. Statement. Message about corporate greed. About fake wealth. About broken system. But no gun. No weapon. No silencer. Killer kept those. Or disposed elsewhere. Lake maybe. Pond in Central Park. Too deep to search effectively. Scuba divers deployed anyway. Central Park pond. Searching underwater. Looking for weapon. For anything. Days of searching. Nothing found. Weapon gone forever. NYPD released images. Suspect photos. From Starbucks. From hostel. Face visible. Smiling. Young. Handsome. Someone had to recognize him. Someone knew him. Family. Friends. Co-workers. Someone. Police also released detailed timeline. November 24th arrival. 10 days in New York. Planning. Preparing. Waiting. Then murder. Then escape. Professional. Organized. Calculated. Reward offered. $10,000. For information leading to arrest. Tips started coming. Hundreds. Thousands. Most useless. Some promising. Investigators following every lead. Interviewing witnesses. Building case. Media coverage exploded. National news. International news. Everyone talking about CEO assassination. About masked killer. About healthcare crisis. Social media went crazy. People analyzing footage. Armchair detectives. Conspiracy theories. Some sympathizing with killer. Calling him hero. others demanding justice, calling him terrorist. December 9, 2024. 5 days after murder. Breakthrough. 9 a.m. Altoona, Pennsylvania. McDonald's restaurant. 230 miles west of Manhattan. Customer sitting alone. Eating breakfast. Employee noticed him. Something familiar. Looked at wanted poster. Looked at customer. Same face. Same person. No doubt. Employee called police. 9:14 a.m. Officers dispatched. Arrived at McDonald's. Approached customer. Asked for identification. He showed ID. New Jersey driver's license. Name different, but officers noticed. Same ID used at New York hostel. Fake ID. This was him. This was the killer. They arrested him. Searched backpack. What they found was shocking. Everything. All evidence. All proof. 3D printed ghost gun. Homemade silencer. Multiple fake IDs. $10,000 cash. And notebook. 3-page handwritten manifesto. His thoughts. His reasons. His confession. It had to be done. Frankly, these parasites simply had it coming. Luigi Mangione, 26 years old. Maryland. Wealthy family. Ivy League education. Golden boy. Now accused assassin. Facing death penalty. Luigi Nicholas Mangione. Born May 6, 1998. Towson, Maryland. Wealthy suburb of Baltimore. Not just comfortable. Not just upper middle class. Genuinely wealthy. Old money. Real estate empire. The kind of family with buildings named after them. His grandfather was Nicholas Mangione, son of poor Italian immigrants. Born in Baltimore's Little Italy. Started with nothing. Literally nothing. Lived in one-room apartment. Father couldn't read or write. Weekly bags of flour from church. That kind of poverty. But Nicholas Mangione had vision, ambition, drive. He studied at Maryland Institute Evening School. Became contractor. Started building. Started buying properties. Started creating empire. Nicholas purchased Turf Valley Golf and Country Club. Ellicott City, Maryland. Massive property. 220-room hotel. 10,000 square foot ballroom. 85-seat amphitheater. Golf courses. Everything. His empire beginning. 1980s. Bought another country club. Hayfields Country Club. Hunt Valley, Maryland. More property. More wealth. More power. Also founded Lorien Health Services. Assisted living facilities. Caring for elderly. Growing the business. Building the legacy. Nicholas Mangione and his wife had 10 children. 5 daughters. 5 sons. 37 grandchildren total. Luigi was one of them. Young Prince of Baltimore. Born into wealth. Born into privilege. Born into family that donated millions to charity. To hospitals. To universities. To Catholic organizations. The Mangione name meant something. Meant respect. Meant generosity. Meant success. Luigi's father was Louis Mangione, one of the 5 sons. Ran the family business. Mangione Family Enterprises. Real estate holdings. Lorien Health Services. Everything Nicholas built. Louis continued. Luigi growing up watching. Learning. Preparing to maybe run it someday. Luigi's cousin was Nino Mangione, Republican Maryland State Delegate. Baltimore County. Elected 2019. Representing the family in politics. The Mangiones weren't just wealthy. They were influential. Connected. Powerful. Luigi attended Gilman School. Starting 6th grade. All-boys private school. Elite. Prestigious. One of Baltimore's finest. Current tuition $37,000 per year. The children of Baltimore's wealthiest families attended. Orioles legend Cal Ripken Jr.'s kids went there. Old money. New money. All money. Luigi excelled at Gilman. Not just attended. Dominated. Star athlete. Wrestling team. Soccer. Track. Cross country. Multiple sports. Competitive. Driven. Winning. But athletics weren't everything. Luigi was brilliant. genuinely intelligent, taught himself coding. High school, no teacher, no class, just learned it himself. Computer science, programming, video game development. He co-founded company, Uproar Studios. High school, developed iPhone games, actual business, actual products, entrepreneurial, successful, already building career at 16. Model United Nations, robotics team, writing center, Luigi involved in everything, leadership positions, president of clubs, respected by teachers, admired by classmates, the perfect student. Luigi graduated Gilman, valedictorian, top of his class, delivered speech to graduating class, talked about his classmates' accomplishments, their courage, their willingness to explore unknown, to challenge world, to try new things, inspiring words, brilliant student, bright future. University of Pennsylvania accepted him. Ivy League, elite institution, one of nation's top universities. Luigi attended, thrived, studied computer science, bachelor's degree and master's degree, both earned 2020. Smart, efficient, successful. He joined fraternity, Phi Kappa Psi, social connections, brotherhood, networking, also founded video game development club, Penn Game Development Group, president, leading again, always leading. He worked internships, Firaxis Games, Maryland-based video game studio, fixed bugs on Civilization 6, major game, professional experience, resume building, career developing. He participated in programs, Stanford University, 2019, special program, traveling, learning, growing. Photos show him everywhere. Jersey Shore, Hawaii, San Diego, Puerto Rico, family trips, friends, smiling, happy, living life. Classmates described Luigi as smart, well-liked, humble, not arrogant despite wealth, not entitled despite privilege, just good guy, hard worker, bright future ahead. Everyone agreed. Luigi Mangione was going places. Graduated University of Pennsylvania. 2 degrees, computer science. Started career, data engineer, corporate job, climbing ladder, making money, building resume, successful. Everything according to plan. Friends said he was humble, grounded, didn't flaunt wealth, didn't act superior, just normal guy, who happened to be brilliant, who happened to be wealthy, who happened to have everything. But something changed, something happened, something dark, something that would transform Golden Boy into accused assassin. His back, chronic pain, severe condition, spondylolisthesis, lower back, spine problem, vertebrae slipping, pressing nerves, constant pain, debilitating, life-altering. He posted about it online. Reddit, X-rays showing spine, metal rods, screws, hardware, surgical intervention, trying to fix problem, trying to live normal life. Luigi underwent back surgery, spinal fusion, major operation, hoping for relief, hoping for cure. Surgery appeared successful initially. He praised it online, thanked doctors, seemed grateful, seemed hopeful, but something still wrong. Pain continued, or maybe psychological effects, or maybe isolation beginning. Something changed in Luigi. Something shifted. Something broke. He moved to Hawaii, 2022. Before surgery, surf break, co-living space, Honolulu, remote workers, digital nomads, young professionals, Waikiki Beach nearby, paradise setting. RJ Martin founded Surfbreak, met Luigi there, became friends. Later told media Luigi was great guy. Everyone loved him. No complaints. Perfect resident. Perfect friend. But Martin noticed Luigi struggled. Back pain. Severe. Interfered with everything. Surfing. Dating. Physical intimacy. Normal activities. Luigi told Martin dating wasn't possible. His back condition prevented it. Too painful. Too limiting. Too frustrating. Martin's heart broke hearing that. Young man, mid-20s, prime of life, wealthy, educated, successful, but couldn't date, couldn't be intimate, because of pain, because of injury, because of spine. Luigi tried surfing once with Martin. Didn't work. Back too painful. Gave up. Stuck to rock climbing gym instead. Less impact. More manageable. But still limited. Still reminded of injury. Still frustrated. Luigi eventually left Hawaii. Went to mainland. Got surgery. 2023. Returned briefly to Hawaii. Rented apartment. Then disappeared. Stopped responding. Stopped communicating. Stopped being Luigi everyone knew. Friends reached out. No response. Family called. No response. Social media went dark. No posts. No updates. No activity. Luigi Mangione vanished. November 2024. His mother filed missing person report. San Francisco police. Hadn't heard from son in months. Worried. Scared. Searching. No idea where he was. No idea what happened. Just knew son missing. Nobody knew Luigi was in New York. Nobody knew he was planning. Nobody knew he was preparing. Nobody knew Golden Boy from Baltimore was about to become America's most wanted assassin. Mid-2023. After the surgery, Luigi Mangione started changing. Friends noticed first. Messages went unanswered. Calls ignored. Social media profiles that once showed happy adventures went silent. Complete silence. The Luigi everyone knew was disappearing. His reading habits shifted. Dark material. Anti-establishment books. Revolutionary texts. Ted Kaczynski. The Unabomber. Luigi started reading his manifesto. Industrial Society and Its Future. Critique of technology. Of modern society. Of corporate control. Of everything. Kaczynski was terrorist. Killed 3 people. Injured 23 more. Mail bombs. Targeting universities. Airlines. Technological advancement. Fighting system through violence. Through terror. Through murder. Luigi posted about it online. Goodreads reviews. 4-star rating for Unabomber Manifesto. Called it prescient. Insightful. Important. Not condemning terrorism. Not rejecting violence. Just praising ideas. Agreeing with philosophy. Other books appeared on his reading list. Anti-corporate literature. Critiques of capitalism. Healthcare system failures. Insurance industry problems. Everything pointing toward growing anger. Growing resentment. Growing radicalization. But he wasn't UnitedHealthcare customer. Never was. Between 2014 and 2024, no coverage from them. No denied claims. No personal grievance with Brian Thompson's company. Just ideological hatred. Just philosophical opposition. Just believing system needed destroying. His social media showed the transformation. Early posts happy, positive, adventures, friends, success. Later posts darker, angrier, critical, political, then nothing. Complete shutdown. Account abandoned. Like Luigi himself disappeared. His mother Kathleen worried. Called him. No answer. Texted him. No response. Asked family members. Nobody heard from him. Weeks became months. Worry became fear. Fear became panic. November 2024. Kathleen filed missing person report. San Francisco Police Department. She thought maybe he was there. Maybe California. Maybe anywhere. Just needed to find him. Needed to know he was safe. Police took report. Added Luigi to database. Missing person. 26 years old. Last known location uncertain. Family concerned. But no evidence of foul play. Adults allowed to disappear. Allowed to drop out. Not illegal. Just concerning. His family had no idea what Luigi was planning. No idea where he was. No idea what he was becoming. The Golden Boy was gone. Replaced by something else. Someone else. Someone dangerous. November 24th, 2024. Luigi entered New York City. Port Authority Bus Terminal. Greyhound from Atlanta. Nobody knew why Atlanta. Nobody knew his route. Just knew he arrived Manhattan. Backpack on. Hood up. Anonymous. Invisible. He checked into hostel. Upper West Side. Used fake ID. Mark Rosario. New Jersey license. Fake name. Fake address. Fake identity. Planning ahead. Covering tracks. Professional preparation. 10 days in Manhattan. Staying at hostel. Avoiding other guests. Keeping mask on. Staying isolated. But doing reconnaissance. Walking to Hilton. Studying location. Learning Thompson's routine. Planning assassination. Where did he get the gun? 3D printed. Ghost gun. Untraceable. No serial number. No registration. Made from plans downloaded online. Printed on 3D printer. Assembled at home. Completely illegal. Completely functional. The silencer too. 3D printed. Homemade. Effective enough. Reduced sound. Not silent, but quieter. Enough to avoid immediate panic. Enough to buy seconds for escape. Where did he print them? Unknown. Maybe before New York. Maybe in Atlanta. Maybe somewhere else entirely. Brought them on bus maybe. Hidden in backpack. Or assembled in New York. Pieces fitting together. Gun becoming weapon. Weapon becoming murder tool. The ammunition. 9mm. Standard. Easy to obtain. But Luigi made them special. Carved words into shell casings. Delay. Deny. Depose. Taking time. Making statement. Ensuring message received. This wasn't random violence. This was political assassination. His notebook told everything. 3 pages. Handwritten. Found in backpack at McDonald's. Prosecutors later revealed contents. Entries dated. Detailed. Planning. Reasoning. Confessing. One entry chilling. What do? You whack the CEO at the annual parasitic bean counter convention. Exactly what he did. Exactly how he planned it. Conference at Hilton. CEO attending. Perfect target. Perfect timing. Perfect message. Another entry referenced Unabomber. But noted difference. Explosives risk innocence. Collateral damage. Unacceptable. So no bombs. No explosives. Just targeted shooting. Just assassination. Just Brian Thompson. Nobody else. The manifesto continued. Healthcare industry parasites. Insurance companies denying coverage. Prioritizing profits over people. CEOs getting rich while patients suffered. System broken. System corrupt. System needing destroyed. And Luigi decided he would start. He would send message. He would kill CEO. Would show system vulnerable. Would inspire others. Would start revolution. At least that's what he thought. What he believed. What he wrote. December 4th, 2024. Morning of murder. Luigi woke early. Left hostel. Rode e-bike downtown. Stopped at Starbucks. Water bottle. Energy bars. Caffeine maybe. Preparation. Calm before storm. He positioned himself. Behind parked car. Near Hilton entrance. Waited. Patient. Focused. No nervousness visible. No hesitation. Just determination. Just purpose. Just mission. When Thompson appeared, Luigi executed perfectly. Approached from behind. Shot accurately. Cleared jam professionally. Finished the job. No witnesses intervened. No security stopped him. No police arrived in time. Just Luigi. Just gun. Just death. The escape worked. E-bike through Central Park. Dumped backpack with Monopoly money. Symbolism. Message. Corporate greed. Fake wealth. System critique. Everything intentional. Everything planned. Everything political. He changed clothes. Removed disguise. Became anonymous again. Left Manhattan. Bus to Philadelphia. Train through Pennsylvania. Moving. Hiding. Running. Thinking he escaped. Thinking he succeeded. Thinking revolution started. 5 days free. 5 days running. 5 days before McDonald's. Before recognition. Before arrest. before everything collapsed, before Golden Boy from Baltimore became accused terrorist, before Luigi Mangione became most polarizing murder suspect in American history. His family released statement after arrest. Shocked, devastated, never saw this coming, couldn't believe it. Their Luigi, their Golden Boy, their success story, now accused assassin, now facing death penalty, now symbol of everything wrong, or everything right, depending on who you asked. Cousin Nino Mangione posted on behalf of family. Prayers for Thompson family. Prayers for everyone involved. Shock, grief, confusion. The Mangione name forever changed. Forever associated with murder, with assassination, with tragedy. December 9th, 2024. Altoona, Pennsylvania. McDonald's. 9:14 a.m. Officers arrested Luigi Mangione. Searched his backpack. Found everything. Gun. Manifesto. Fake IDs. Cash. Evidence. Confession. All right there in McDonald's. They took him to Blair County Courthouse. Hollidaysburg, Pennsylvania. Initial hearing. Arraignment. Charges to be filed. Luigi entered courthouse in handcuffs, wearing street clothes, looking calm, too calm, almost smiling. Suddenly Luigi exploded, started yelling, resisting officers. They had to restrain him. He shouted at cameras, at media, at everyone watching. This is an insult to the intelligence of the American people screaming, angry, defiant. First glimpse of rage burning inside him. Officers controlled him, got him inside courtroom, judge presiding. Pennsylvania charges first. Local jurisdiction, where he was arrested, where evidence was seized. 5 charges filed in Pennsylvania. Forgery, firearms not to be carried without license, tampering with records or identification, possessing instruments of crime, false identification to law enforcement, all felonies, all serious, but not murder, not yet. Judge asked about bail. Prosecutor argued against it strongly. Flight risk, dangerous individual, caught with loaded weapon, multiple fake IDs, thousands in cash, obviously planning to run, obviously dangerous, no bail recommended. Luigi's public defender couldn't argue effectively. Evidence overwhelming. Client caught red-handed. Judge denied bail. Luigi remanded to custody. State Correctional Institution at Huntingdon. Maximum Security Facility. Pennsylvania. But Pennsylvania charges were just beginning. New York wanted him. NYPD. Manhattan District Attorney. Federal prosecutors. Everyone wanted Luigi Mangione. Everyone wanted justice for Brian Thompson. December 9th, 2024. Same day. That night. Manhattan prosecutors filed charges. New York State charges. Murder in second degree. 3 counts of illegal weapons possession. Forgery. Total of 5 charges initially, but more coming. Much more. December 10th, 2024. Extradition hearing. Pennsylvania court. Luigi fought it initially. Didn't want going to New York. Wanted staying Pennsylvania, but eventually waived extradition. Agreed to transfer. Knew he couldn't win that fight. December 17th, 2024. Manhattan District Attorney's Office acted decisively. Grand jury convened. Evidence presented. Testimony given. Deliberations held. Then indictment. 11 charges total. Graded. Expanded. Devastating. The charges were unprecedented. First-degree murder in furtherance of terrorism. Second-degree murder as crime of terrorism. Second-degree intentional murder. 2 counts second-degree criminal possession of weapon. 4 counts third-degree criminal possession of weapon. 1 count second-degree criminal possession of forged instrument. Everything. Maximum charges. Maximum penalties. The terrorism charges shocked everyone. Terrorism. That word. That label. That designation. Manhattan prosecutors argued Luigi's actions intended to intimidate civilian population, influence government policy, coerce public through violence. Textbook terrorism under New York law. Maximum penalty for first-degree terrorism murder? Life without parole. New York doesn't have death penalty. Abolished 2007. But life without parole almost as bad. Die in prison. Never walk free. Never see outside again. Never breathe free air. December 19, 2024. Federal government acted. United States Attorney's Office. Southern District of New York. Federal charges filed. For counts. Even more serious than state charges. Murder through use of a firearm. Federal crime. Crossing state lines involved. Interstate commerce implicated. Federal jurisdiction established. Maximum penalty? Death. Federal death penalty. Lethal injection. Execution. 2 counts of stalking. Luigi allegedly stalked Brian Thompson. Planned assassination methodically. Traveled to New York specifically to kill him. Federal stalking statute violated. More charges. More penalties stacking up. Firearms offense. Using firearm in crime of violence. Silencer attached. Ghost gun. Unregistered. Untraceable. Federal violation. Mandatory minimum sentences. Consecutive. All adding up. Luigi was arraigned. Federal court. December 19, 2024. Shackled. Orange jumpsuit. Handcuffs. Ankle restraints. Brought before U.S. District Judge Margaret Garnett. Federal magistrate. Death penalty case. Serious charges. Judge read charges aloud. Luigi listened. No emotion. No reaction. Just blank stare. When asked to enter plea, Luigi spoke clearly. Firmly. Not guilty. No elaboration. No statement. Just not guilty to everything. His attorneys appeared. Public defenders initially. Court appointed. But then private attorneys took over case. Mark Agnifilo. Karen Friedman Agnifilo. Husband and wife team. Experienced defenders. High-profile cases. Karen, formerly Manhattan prosecutor. Knew the system. Knew the players. Knew the game. December 23, 2024. Luigi arraigned on New York State charges. Manhattan Criminal Court. Judge Gregory Caro presiding. Same charges. 11 counts. Including terrorism designation. Luigi entered courtroom. Bulletproof vest over clothes. Shackles. Heavy security everywhere. Courthouse surrounded. Protesters outside. Supporters holding signs. Free Luigi everywhere. Chanting. Hundreds of people. Unprecedented for simple arraignment. Inside courtroom, Luigi stood before judge. Judge read charges carefully. Asked for plea. Luigi's voice steady. Clear. Unwavering. Not guilty. To all charges. Every single count. Complete denial of guilt. Prosecutor outlined case briefly. Surveillance footage. Eyewitnesses. Physical evidence. Gun. Manifesto. Confession in writing. DNA. Fingerprints. Everything. Open and shut case they claimed. Overwhelming evidence against defendant. Defense attorney Karen Agnifilo argued otherwise. Unprecedented dual prosecution. Federal and state. Same crime. Same evidence. Same defendant. Double jeopardy. Constitutional violation. Prosecutorial overreach. Government abuse of power. She filed motion to dismiss state charges entirely. Judge took it under advisement. Would rule later. Months later. But prosecution could proceed for now. Both cases moving forward. State and federal. Simultaneously. Unprecedented situation. April 1, 2025. Attorney General Pam Bondi made announcement. Federal prosecutors authorized to seek death penalty. Ultimate punishment. Government's strongest response. Message being sent clearly. Kill CEO. Face execution. Bondi's statement crystal clear. Luigi Mangione's murder of Brian Thompson was premeditated, cold-blooded assassination that shocked America. After careful consideration, I have directed federal prosecutors to seek death penalty. We will carry out President Trump's agenda to stop violent crime and make America safe again. Death penalty authorization changed everything. Raised stakes dramatically. Made case even more high-profile. Even more controversial. Even more divisive. Some cheered. Justice for Thompson. Others protested. Government overreach. Political prosecution. September 16, 2025. Major development. Judge Gregory Caro ruled on terrorism charges. State case. New York prosecution. Defense had filed motion to dismiss, arguing evidence insufficient. Terrorism didn't apply here. Judge agreed. Partially. Dismissed first-degree murder in furtherance of terrorism. Dismissed second-degree murder as crime of terrorism. Both terrorism charges thrown out completely. Evidence didn't meet legal threshold. Huge victory for defense team. But second-degree intentional murder remained. 8 weapons charges remained. 9 total charges still active. Still facing 25 years to life if convicted. Still serious. Still devastating. Just not terrorism anymore. Federal case unaffected. Still 4 charges. Still death penalty. Still moving forward. Trial expected 2026. Luigi waiting. Metropolitan Detention Center. Brooklyn. Maximum security. 23 hours daily in cell. Something unprecedented was happening. Something shocking. Something that changed everything about how America viewed this case. Luigi Mangione wasn't being condemned universally. He was being celebrated, worshipped, idolized by millions. Social media exploded immediately after his arrest. TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, everywhere. Posts flooded platforms. Not condemning murder. Not demanding justice for Brian Thompson. But supporting Luigi. Defending him. Calling him hero. The hashtag started trending. Free Luigi. Posted over 50,000 times. Twitter alone. Millions more across all platforms. People demanding his release. Claiming innocence despite confession. Despite evidence. Despite everything. Merchandise appeared within days. Etsy. Amazon. Online retailers. T-shirts saying Free Luigi. Hoodies with his mugshot. Posters. Stickers. Phone cases. Everything. People buying. Wearing. Displaying. Proudly supporting accused assassin. Street art emerged. Graffiti. Murals. Billboards. Riverside County, California. Someone paid for billboard. Luigi's face. Message of support. Visible to thousands daily. Seattle. Mural painted. Luigi portrayed as revolutionary. As hero. As symbol of resistance. His court appearances drew crowds. December 23, 2024. Arraignment. Hundreds gathered outside Manhattan Criminal Court. Signs. Chants. Free Luigi. Echoing through streets. Police had to control crowd. Barricades. Officers everywhere. Preventing chaos. Some wore green. Luigi's signature color. Reference to video game character. Super Mario's Luigi. Green shirt. Green hat. Symbol of solidarity. Symbol of support. Wearing it proudly. Standing together. United behind accused killer. February 21, 2025. Next court appearance. Even bigger crowd. Frigid temperatures. People waited hours. Lines wrapping around building. Just to see Luigi. Just to support him. Just to be part of movement. Some traveled from other states. Flew in. Drove hundreds of miles. Just for hearing. Just to show support. Dedication. Obsession. Unprecedented for murder case. For accused terrorist. For any defendant. Chelsea Manning attended. Former Army intelligence analyst. WikiLeaks whistleblower. Convicted of Espionage Act violations. Served prison time. Pardoned by Obama. Now supporting Luigi. Visible in courtroom. Making statement. Controversial figures uniting. Women especially supported Luigi. Young women. Teenage girls. 20-somethings. Found him attractive. Handsome. Intelligent. Ivy League educated. Wealthy family. And now dangerous. Bad boy. Ultimate bad boy. Killed CEO. Fought system. Comments flooded social media. He's so hot. Those eyes. I could fix him. Free my man Luigi. sexualizing accused murderer, romanticizing violence, obsessing over killer, disturbing, dangerous, but widespread. February 2025. Court appearance. Photos leaked. Luigi entering courthouse. Shackled. Brown loafers. No socks. Ankles visible. Photos went viral. Google searches exploded. Luigi Mangione ankles up 500%. Luigi Mangione loafers up 1,400%. Obsession reaching bizarre levels. September 2025. Chinese retailer Shine listed product. T-shirt. AI-generated image. Luigi modeling shirt. Didn't actually model. Image fabricated. But used his likeness. Sold out immediately. All sizes except one. Removed after backlash. But damage done. Profit made. Criminologist Diana Ricard analyzed phenomenon. Told women's wear daily. What we see with Mangione is he has quickly become a folk hero and a fashion folk hero. Not just criminal. Style icon. Fashion statement. Cultural moment. But why? Why support accused murderer? Why celebrate assassination? Answers complicated. Multiple factors. Perfect storm of circumstances. Healthcare system. Americans hate it. Genuinely hate it. Medical bankruptcies. Denied claims. Impossible premiums. Deductibles. Copays. System broken. Everyone knows it. Everyone suffers from it. Everyone angry about it. UnitedHealthcare symbolized everything wrong. Highest denial rate. Most complaints. Biggest profits. CEO making millions while patients suffered. Brian Thompson represented system. Luigi killed system's representative. To supporters, that made Luigi freedom fighter. Revolutionary. Hero. Political polarization played role. Left versus right. Corporate America versus working class. Rich versus poor. Luigi became symbol. Depending on perspective, either terrorist or revolutionary. Either murderer or messenger. Either criminal or champion. Age factor mattered. Younger people supported Luigi more. Polls showed dramatic age divide. Adults 18 to 29 viewed him favorably. Much more than older generations. Young people drowning in debt. Struggling with healthcare costs. Student loans. Rent. Everything expensive. System failing them. Luigi fought back. They related. Political ideology mattered too. Very liberal respondents supported Luigi more. Conservative respondents condemned him more. Not universal, but trend clear. Ideology shaped perspective. Shaped support. Shaped everything. December 2024 polling. Economist/YouGov poll. 43% Americans held unfavorable view of Luigi. 21% favorable view. Not majority support, but significant minority. 1 in 5 Americans viewing accused assassin favorably. Shocking. Unprecedented. Disturbing. Another poll. Center for Strategic Politics. 61% negative perception. 19% positive. Similar results. But note the 19%. Nearly 1 in 5. Supporting murder. Supporting violence. Supporting assassination. Because they hated system more than they condemned killing. Online fundraising exploded. GiveSendGo. Crowdfunding platform. Anonymous people created funds. Legal defense for Luigi. Donations poured in. $5, $10, $100. Thousands contributing. Over $50,000 raised. Later grew to $1.2 million. Massive support. Massive resources. All for accused terrorist. Platform defended hosting fund. Statement released. GiveSendGo operates with principle of not preemptively determining guilt or innocence. Allowing fundraising. Allowing support. Controversial decision. Legal. But controversial. Luigi received mail. Thousands of letters. Metropolitan Detention Center. Brooklyn. Flooding in. From across country. Cross globe. Supporters writing. Sharing stories. Expressing solidarity. Transcending divisions. Luigi responded. Through attorneys. Website created. February 14, 2025. Official message posted. Luigi's words. Thanking supporters. Acknowledging letters. I am overwhelmed by and grateful for everyone who has written me. The support has transcended political, racial, and even class divisions. Mail has flooded MDC from across country and around globe. He continued, while impossible for me to reply to most letters, please know I read every one I receive. Thank you again to everyone who took time to write. I look forward to hearing more in future. Grateful. Humble. Acknowledging support. Building movement. Inside prison, fellow inmates supported him too. SCI Huntington, Pennsylvania. Before transfer to New York. Inmates heard about Luigi. Shouted from cells during live news broadcast. Free Luigi! Echoing through prison. Prisoners supporting prisoner. Systems supporting system fighter. But not everyone supported Luigi. Many condemned. Viciously. Brian Thompson's family devastated. Widow Paulette. 2 sons. Watching killer celebrated. Watching husband's murderer worshipped. Unbearable pain. Unimaginable suffering. Health insurance workers terrified. Receiving threats. Copycat threats. People inspired by Luigi. Threatening other executives. Other companies. Violence spreading. Message received. System scared. Some UnitedHealthcare employees requested anonymity. Denial letters. Didn't want names on letters. Feared retaliation. Feared becoming targets. Feared Luigi supporters. System paralyzed by fear. Thompson's family released no statements about support for Luigi. Too painful. Too offensive. Too much. Just grieved privately. Suffered silently. Mourned loss. Father. Husband. Human being. Reduced to symbol. Forgotten by supporters of his killer. Rolling Stone called Luigi most debated and polarizing murder suspect in recent history. Accurate. Perfect description. Never before had accused assassin generated such divided response. Such passionate support. Such fierce condemnation. America split. Completely divided. Over one man. One murder. One moment. November 29, 2025. Almost 1 year since assassination. Luigi Mangione still in custody. Metropolitan Detention Center. Brooklyn. Maximum security. 23 hours daily locked in cell. 1 hour outside. Alone. Isolated. Waiting for trial. December 1st, 2025. 2 days away. Federal Courthouse. Manhattan. Pretrial hearings scheduled. 9 a.m. Judge Margaret Garnett presiding. Critical hearings. Evidence battles. Defense fighting desperately. 3 hearings combined. Map hearing about search and seizure issues. Luigi's attorneys arguing warrantless searches violated Fourth Amendment. Evidence should be suppressed. Thrown out completely. Huntley hearing about statements Luigi made to police without Miranda warnings allegedly. Defense demanding suppression. Mosley hearing about witness identifications. Lineups. Photo arrays. Procedures questioned. Everything being fought. Every piece of evidence contested. November 25, 2025. Defense filed emergency motion seeking to suppress all physical evidence. Gun. Manifesto. Cash. IDs. Everything seized from McDonald's backpack. Arguing illegal search. No warrant. Constitutional violations. November 22, 2025. Prosecutors responded. Filed 121-page brief defending every action. Arguing lawful arrest. Valid search. Probable cause existed. Emergency circumstances justified everything. The brief quoted Attorney General Pam Bondi. April 2025 statement. If there was ever a death case, this is one. Government seeking execution. Maximum punishment for killing CEO. President Trump weighed in publicly. September 2025. This guy shot someone in the back. Pure assassin. Cold-blooded killer. Political pressure mounting. Public divided completely. Half demanding justice for Thompson. Half demanding freedom for Luigi. America split down middle over one man. One murder. One case. The hearings matter tremendously. If defense wins suppression motions, case collapses potentially. No gun, no manifesto, no confession. Luigi might avoid death penalty. If prosecution wins, trial proceeds. Evidence admitted. Guilt almost certain. Then sentencing phase. Death penalty decision. Jury decides. Life or death. Legal experts watching closely. This case precedent setting. Dual prosecutions. Federal and state. Same crime. Double jeopardy questions. Terrorism charges dismissed but death penalty proceeding. Legal contradictions everywhere. Defense team fighting brilliantly. Mark and Karen Friedman Agnifilo working tirelessly. Challenging everything. Filing motions constantly. Using every legal tool available. Trying to save Luigi's life. But prosecution equally determined. Federal prosecutors relentless. Resources unlimited. Conviction demanded. January 9th, 2026. Next major federal hearing scheduled. Trial expected late 2026. Possibly early 2027. High profile. Media circus. Courthouse surrounded. Protesters everywhere. America watching. World watching. Jury selection will be nightmare. Finding impartial jurors impossible almost. Everyone has opinion. Everyone knows case. Everyone chose side already. Trial could last months. Prosecution presenting surveillance footage. Eyewitnesses. Forensic evidence. Timeline reconstruction. Everything proving Luigi guilty beyond reasonable doubt. Defense presenting what? Mental health issues? Chronic pain drove him crazy? Back surgery changed him? Diminished capacity? Victim of broken healthcare system? Jury nullification hoping? Sentencing phase even more dramatic if convicted. Prosecution arguing premeditation. Planning. Cold-blooded execution of innocent CEO. Aggravating factors overwhelming. Defense arguing mitigation. Luigi's background. Perfect student. Valedictorian. Ivy League graduate. No criminal history. Bright future destroyed by chronic pain. By failed surgery. By broken healthcare system that abandoned him. Victim impact statements devastating. Paulette Thompson. Widow. 2 sons without father. Family destroyed. Brian Thompson wasn't just CEO. Was husband. Father. Human being. Murdered in cold blood. But Luigi's supporters will testify too. Character witnesses. Former teachers. Friends. People saying he was good person. Pain changed him. System failed him. He snapped. Jury decides ultimately. 12 people. Life or death. Execute young man? Imprison forever? Show mercy? Deliver justice? America remains divided completely. Support for Luigi strong among young people. Among liberals. Among healthcare system critics. Among those drowning in medical debt. Among those denied coverage. Opposition strong among conservatives. Among law and order advocates. Among business leaders. Among those believing murder never justified. Never heroic. Folk hero worship continues. Merchandise still selling. Free Luigi still trending. GoFundMe still collecting. Letters still arriving. Support unwavering. But Thompson family still grieving. Still suffering. Widow still crying. Sons still fatherless. Brian Thompson still dead. Still murdered. Still gone forever. This case transcends one murder. Represents something bigger. Healthcare crisis. Corporate greed. Income inequality. System failure. Young people angry. Desperate. Radicalized. Believing revolution necessary. Believing system broken beyond repair. Luigi Mangione became symbol. Martyr to some. Terrorist to others. Hero or villain depending on perspective. Depending on whether you ever watched loved one die because insurance denied treatment. Because system prioritized profit over people. December 1st, 2025 hearings will reveal much. Evidence admissibility decided. Case strength revealed. Luigi's fate becoming clearer. America's division remaining constant. Whatever happens, 2 lives destroyed that December morning. Brian Thompson murdered on sidewalk. Shot in back. Assassinated. Gone at 50. Family shattered. Luigi Mangione's life over 2. Free man never again. Even avoiding death penalty. Even avoiding conviction somehow. Forever marked. Forever infamous. Forever connected to December 4th, 2024. America forced to confront uncomfortable questions. Healthcare system broken? Insurance companies evil? CEOs deserving death? Violence ever justified? System reformable? Luigi Mangione case forces those questions, demands those answers. America must decide, not just about Luigi's guilt, about ourselves, about our system, about whether we fix what's broken or watch it burn, whether we choose justice or revenge, whether we choose healing or violence. The trial will answer legal questions, guilt or innocence, death or life imprisonment, but moral questions remain. Those answers won't come from courtroom, won't come from jury, must come from us, from America, from choices we make, systems we build, changes we demand. December 1st, 2025. Hearings beginning. Justice system working. America watching, waiting, wondering, what happens next? Where do we go from here? 2 families destroyed. 1 CEO dead. 1 accused assassin waiting. System on trial as much as Luigi. America divided. Future uncertain. Questions unanswered. This is Crime Case Voices. Subscribe for more true crime. Like and share this video. Comment your thoughts below. New videos daily at 7 p.m. More cases. More mysteries. More justice. Stay safe. Stay aware. I will see you in me next video.